Talk about her all y'all want to talk about her, but you can't knock her hustle. What's wrong with a pretty little lie? People do it all the time. You would rather her be a doctor than some big fat funky stank musky person with all the credentials. Everything about her is fly. This ain't the first time something like this don't happen, and it won't be the last time. We live in some very superficial times, and this ain't nothing but proof of that. She was able to get the bag. She was able to get the clout. She was able to live her dreams off of the stupidity of the public out there. If she looked like Tarana Burke, it would have been real hard for her to get to where she at right now when she's still pushing like Rick Ross. We're about to talk about it, man. Without further ado, let's get into this news. But before we do that, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody.
6 separate degrees, 3 doctorates, 0 proof.
Damn.
There is a video on Club Shay Shay where Dr. Cheyenne Bryant explicitly states that she has 6 separate degrees.
I ran into 6 degrees, 3 doctorates, a master's degree.
And out of those 6 separate degrees, 3 of those are doctorates.
I ran into 6 degrees, 3 doctorates, a master's degree, a house.
She has been a doctoral candidate 3 separate times. And 3 separate times she is unable to find the transcripts proving that she completed said degree.
Hold on, wait, y'all. We don't live in authentic times. Being authentic gonna have you out here messed up. You gonna be a loner. You ain't gonna have no friends. You ain't gonna have no career. It's gonna be hard for you to be authentic and be successful at the same time. Trust me, I know. It's a lot of people going through it. You ain't got no choice but to fake it till you make it in these times. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're telling me this woman has the intellect to sit down and obtain 6 separate degrees, but does not have the intellect to follow through to show proof of her credentials.
But people are listening to a rapper all day talk about street life. Listen to a rapper tell them gangster tales. Have it on in your car all day, listening to some dude that ain't never bust no gun, ain't never sold no drugs, and don't plan on doing it. Y'all support these thoughts that ain't even really thoughting like that. Some of your favorite slut rappers is virgins, and y'all still listening to their music. They got husbands, boyfriends, while they telling you to go out there and find a trick, or whatever the case is, man. So y'all gonna have to give her a pass. I'm tired of it. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what's really going on. This is what's really going on, and I need y'all to pay close attention to this.
And now to our exclusive interview with the woman at the center of a cultural firestorm in this country over these last days, Rachel Dolezal, the NAACP chapter leader accused of lying about her race. Today, we asked her whether she has been deceptive and just why there are so many questions now surfacing about her past. Let me just ask you plainly, have you ever lied about your race?
No, because never have I been asked, are you human or not human, right? So yeah,
those words
race in a as a construct, again, as a fluid understanding. So I would say no.
Man, as long as you got that look, black people gonna let you cook. That's the point I'm trying to make here. As long as you got that look, they gonna let you off the hook. So whatever she got going on, people gonna support it. People gonna be with it. Credentials is the last thing on people's minds when it comes to this woman. They want to have her on the podcast. People want to listen to what she got to say simply because of the way she look, y'all.
Degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody.
6 separate degrees, 3 doctorates, 0 proof. There is a video on Club Shay Shay where Dr. Cheyenne Bryant explicitly states that she has 6 separate degrees.
I ran into 6 degrees, 3 doctorates, a master's degree.
And out of those 6 separate degrees, 3 of those are doctorates.
I ran into 6 degrees, 3 doctorates, a master's degree, a house.
She has been a doctoral candidate 3 separate times. And 3 separate times she is unable to find the transcripts proving that she completed said degree. You're telling me this woman has the intellect to sit down and obtain 6 separate degrees, but does not have the intellect to follow through to show proof of her credentials that she's loudly stating on various platforms. 6 separate degrees, 3 doctorates, 0 proof. Make that shit make sense.
I'll make it make sense for everybody if y'all give me some time. That's all I'm asking for is a little bit of time. I'm about to make it make sense for all of y'all. Y'all got to see this. How many gangster albums and ain't never been to jail? Y'all help me count this, man. We talking about America's most wanted. And people ain't stopped going to see the movies. Y'all looking forward to the next Friday movie. I know I am. And they better put Pinky up in there. America's Most Wanted, The Predator, Death Certificate, Man Up, Lethal Injection, Man Down, Raw Footage, I Am the West, Laugh Now, Cry Later, War Peace, Everything's Corrupt, NWA, the list goes on. Ain't never did a Who Ride. We ain't never seen him do. But people will get at a pass though. Somebody make it make sense to me. Y'all gotta look at this, man. Hold on. People let Plies rock. How many albums Plies got? People don't want to go hard about none of this. But y'all want to tear down Dr. Bryant because she getting over. Because people want to entertain what she got to say because of the way she look. I rest my case, man.
Because 2 plus 2 equals 4. And she got 7. That don't add up.
My obedience is to God, not to people. And so as long as I'm in his will and I'm serving and I'm doing his, his word, my sheep will know my voice. Even the sheep in wolf clothing. That is not my battle.
But
That's
with the
his.
questions that are out there, why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees. And my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles. It's in how effective I've been.
So I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
When somebody say Dr. Bryant, it irks me. Where is she a doctor at?
Conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online.
There's just no holding take for any of our records.
Because I've done the research. I don't see doctor nowhere.
Hold on, y'all, man. I'm over here chuckling on the inside because, hey, a moniker is a moniker. You could be whatever you want to be in the black community. Look, nobody asked this man to prove his doctrine or nothing. He been rocking for the past 40 years or so. He's 61 years old. He's still Dr. Dre. Nobody cares. So, hey, I get it. Dr. Dre is an entertainer, but this woman is an entertainer too. You heard of her on the radio, or you seen her on podcasts and things like that. She's in the entertainment field. So what? Somebody help me understand what's the big deal.
They're all going to do you online this week. Like I said, she has no records.
I don't need a doctorate in counseling psychology. All of my sessions have been live. For the most part, my sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharp, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see, right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And they deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself, they deemed it as my work being effective. I am effective at what I do. I'm educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I'll.
Her fine ass know how to get around celebrities and offer something to the game. She not showing up empty-handed. She show up around the celebrities with some tangibles. Look at this. Look, this lady ain't never went to school to be no chef. She ain't went to Le Cordon Bleu, no culinary arts. She know how to get around celebrities and offer something that they be wanting and something they be needing. You don't have to have no credentials. You look like this and you willing to play, you willing to be within their circle, you willing to do whatever it is they ask you to do. If you calling yourself a chef and they let you in their house and you cook them something, they like what you cooked, then that's all you really need. She found her way in the celebrities' entourages. In court, she said she been with multiple celebrities. She don't cook for multiple people. No degree, no nothing. You figure if you trying to be a part of a group or something, you got to play your position. People just figure out a position to play. Dr. Bryant, she like to talk that intellectual talk. She sit down with them brothers and tell them about theyself, and somebody had the bright idea. You my doctor, you my counselor, or whatever. They put her on. And she ran with it. She sat down with Cam Newton. He passed her the ball and she scored a touchdown with it. Shannon Sharp passed her the ball. She scored a touchdown with it. I don't know why everybody's so upset.
I know this. I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people say that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy.
What?
Yo, she keeping it a buck. Y'all just not trying to listen. We gonna move on. Look at this, y'all.
Feeling, honor your emotions. Honoring our emotions is an act of self-love, okay? And allowing yourself to feel what you feel. You also have to remember that, success does not erase your trauma. It doesn't erase your trauma. And so a lot of folks get into the position of success with accolades and they're performing well, but that is an overcompensation for the healing that they need to do. We want to be equally yoked. We want to be successful in our performance, but we really want to be very healed, happy, and at peace within our relational space within ourselves, because no relationship will be as healthy as the one you have with yourself, and every relationship outside of you will reflect the one you have with you. So it's important to start with you.
That was a segue into my next question. There was one chapter in particular where you talked about the fairy tale ideology that we attach to romantic relationships.
You're cooking, girl. You're cooking. You're cooking.
And you give a lot of dating, relationship advice and words online, podcasts, and whatnot. Why do you think it's so hard for us to break through that ideology when we're looking to attract or pursue love?
Yeah, because the fairy tale ideology comes from two places, either from what you've seen in the household, and you've seen your parents be married and you've seen the success piece of it, but they maybe hid the arguing or hid the reality of the work that it takes to be married, or you've seen the opposite. You said, I don't want this. So because I don't want what I've seen in my household, I'm going to create a fairy.
She don't give a damn what y'all talking about, man. Keep on pushing. That's all I can tell her, man. Keep on doing what you doing, lady. Because the people ain't got the power to do nothing but gossip anyway. Now, I know the title I said she finished. She finished giving a fuck about y'all. That's what she finished with. People online talking for you. They gonna keep on talking. That's just what people do. If she want to be a doctor, then God damn it. Matter of fact, the hell with this, man. I wouldn't mind being a doctor. All I gotta do is claim it. Ain't that what they say? If you want something, all you have to do is claim it. She claimed it, and she received it. That's between her and, like she said, man, she ain't got to prove nothing to nobody but God. And she ain't never lied about that. I hate being the devil's advocate, but hell, somebody got to do it. Because y'all going to make this woman feel like she the first person in history to get over when she really not. Cheyenne Bryant is there, a doctor in the house, claims she earned the title as celebrity wellness guru and MTV personality. And you know what? The people talking about her bad. She probably wouldn't sit down and talk to y'all anyway. If you're not a celebrity or if you don't have a big bag, if anybody need to be upset, it need to be the celebrities that pay her for her services or whatever the case is. But it is what it is. Look at this, y'all.
Fairy tale that I do want. It's an ideology, and you go out into the world and you clothe people with your fairy tale ideology, and when they do not meet up to those expectations, you gaslight them and say, you're not good enough. I'm just too much for you. You can't handle me. No, maybe they're human. Maybe your ideology is a fairy tale. Maybe we have to check what we are thinking we want, right? And say, is it reality? Does this even exist?
Hold on. It was something else I wanted to share with y'all real quick. Okay, listen at this, y'all.
Some folks a little bit. Hello, my name is Dr. Raquel Martin. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, professor of sciences, and podcast host who specializes in Black health and well-being. And I want to break down a clip from the Joe Budden podcast featuring someone who presents herself as Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But before we dive in, I want to make something incredibly clear. Having a doctorate does not mean someone is a licensed mental health professional. You can have a doctorate in literature and be unlicensed, and you are still a doctor. You can have a doctorate in education and hold an LPC, being a licensed professional counselor, and you are a licensed mental health professional, and you are still a doctor, but your doctorate is not in psychology. When evaluating anyone's credentials, it's really critical to look at two things: what their doctorate is actually in, and whether they hold a relevant clinical license. In this case, the person you're about to hear from is unlicensed. I'm going to break down why that matters and why this particular message is harmful, especially to the Black community that she claims to be serving and that I actually serve.
So this month, May of 2026, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant went on The Breakfast Club. She did a Breakfast Club interview, and she had to explain herself again, specifically her degree. She already said she doesn't operate with a license. If she went back to...
Whatever, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. I say, let her rock out. If she ain't, whatever. I'm with it. Whatever she trying to do. Whatever she trying to do, man. If she want to continue to go down this path, she got my support. Dr. Cheyenne, rock out. Because it's a bunch of people in positions don't have no clue what the hell they doing. They work in restaurants, don't know how to cook. They work in customer service, got horrible customer service. You got people that's supposed to be taking care of the elderly and not taking care of the elderly. It's hard to find a professional at anything out here. You got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to put a wig on a pig just to get a gig. I ain't mad. Matter of fact, before I get out of here, I need to look at this real quick, and I think y'all need to look at this too. I want to see this in its entirety, because if this woman could get away with being the head of the NAACP, and she ain't even Black, that lets you know that it has nothing to do with your credentials. If you got the look, and if people hooked on the look, then that's all it really takes. Better yet, let me show y'all this real quick. We gonna run this down the line. This girl done made damn near $1 billion doing what Dr. Cheyenne, all of them do. As long as you can blend in, you gonna skip the line. Let her show up to the reggae club in Jamaica. Let her show up to the dance hall and see if she don't skip the damn line. That's the easiest come up ever. If you got the look to blend, better yet, she look like her face swollen. She in pain. But hell, no pain, no gain. Another one, look. She rocked out on hip hop, the Black community. People instantly gave her a pass. As soon as she came through the door, she skipped the line and still thriving. Still can get a quick bag off of the so-called Black community. It's nothing. People like the way you look. You the pretty chick. It don't matter what you got going on. You ain't gotta have no credentials. People will hire you for the job. I've heard stories, man. You show up to any building looking for a job, looking like this, you're getting hired that day. I knew a chick, she was working at a law office. She went in there, she just stumbled in off the street and left there with a 6-figure job. And she was paranoid because she didn't know what she was going to do Monday morning besides sit there and look pretty all damn day. So hell yeah, she got a pass. Y'all act like this is not the norm for her. Look at her, man. Better yet, this what I'm gonna do. We gonna do it just like this. I need to see it for what it is. Wait 1 second. No, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, where's that? I need to see her page, man. Better yet, the hell with the page. Just pull up some pictures so we can get an idea of what we're looking at. You stress the hell out, fellas. You stress the hell out, and you need somebody to talk to. You go in the office. Dr. Cheyenne's, your problem's instantly gonna be gone. You ain't gonna be stressed. As soon as she tell you to have a seat, you're gonna be feeling better already. You're gonna be rubbing your hands together like Birdman. Oh, sucky. Now you're gonna spill it about your wife, man. You're gonna talk real bad about your old lady, and she gonna be listening, chiming in, giving her 2 cents and all that. Money well spent. This who y'all want y'all doctors to look like. Look. Man, I ain't about to be doing this with y'all. I don't know if she a doctor or what, but whatever it is, if you had to, I ain't even gonna do, I'm gonna just leave it alone. Let's just get back into this. I want to see this, and I want y'all to see this too. Look at this, y'all.
Fires. And now to our exclusive interview with the woman at the center of a cultural firestorm in this country over these last days, Rachel Dolezal, the NAACP chapter leader accused of lying about her race. Today, we asked her whether she has been deceptive and just why there are so many questions now surfacing about her past. Let me just ask you plainly, have you ever lied about your race?
No, because never have I been asked, are you human or not human, right? So yeah,
those words
race in a as a construct, again, as a fluid understanding. So I would say no.
You know when someone asks you, are you black? Are you African American? You know exactly what they're asking you. And for you to say yes, is that an honest answer?
When somebody asks, are you black, which I actually don't get asked very often, until recently, since a few days ago, then I say, yeah, I do, you know, I am black.
Do you understand why many people would think, given your parents and your heritage, that is at best a misleading answer?
I can understand that, but again, up to this point, I know who raised me. I haven't had a DNA test. There's been no biological proof that Larry and Ruthann are my biological parents.
There's a birth certificate that has your name on it and their names on it?
I'm not necessarily saying that I can prove they're not, but I don't know that I can actually prove they are. I mean,
Oh my God, man. It is what it is, man. Y'all better leave Dr. whatever her name is alone. Leave her alone. Don't do no more posts. Don't do no more blogs about this lady. She good money. Ain't like she the face of the NAACP with this bullshit. And it ain't like they turned her away or said, oh, you can't do this no more. She living her life to the fullest. And she's still claiming black pride and getting over at the same time. That's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. I said all I had to say. I got so much love for y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button too. And